Hi there, it's been a while since we've done a book haul, and since there's a long weekend coming up and it's in the middle of winter, I thought it would be fun to share our latest favorites from the library. There's some good nuggets in here, and in honor of MLK Jr. Day coming up, I thought I would share one of our favorites, which does tie in a roundabout way and is so worthwhile. This is called Hey Charleston, the true story of the Jenkins Orphanage Band, and this is one of those books that truly is so valuable that it should earn a spot on every bookcase in a family's home. This book, I'm not going to lie, made me cry like a lot of the children's books do, but it's a true story about orphans after, well, the Civil War, but I was going to say really that was Reverend Jenkins' story. He was a slave and then an orphan, and he became a pastor in South Carolina. And one day, in the illustrations, as you can see, are just brilliant. He heard these boys crying in a train car, and he went out and saw they had no family and they were orphans. And he was 6'7" and this booming, beautiful voice and this man of faith. And he brought the children in, he gave them soup. And shortly an orphanage was born. There were so many children that did not have a home. And so then they received these instruments, and he taught the boys how to read and how to play these instruments, and they went all over, and I'm going to cry. And they became a family. They ended up going all over the world, but through their music and through this orphan band and the money that they generated, they were able to keep the orphanage going. They were able to help give birth to a form of music we love called jazz. And they would say, play me some of that rag. And that was where we got kind of that ragtime style in the Charleston. So it really, from the story to the perseverance, to the hope, to how you can make beauty out of sorrow. You know, if you've watched my videos, these are my favorite human themes, you know, the human condition that is so powerful, and the virtue of fortitude. So this is great. It's great for culture, and I could go on, but it's called Hey Charleston, and it's by Rockwell and Colin Bootham, who was the illustrator, and the subtitle is The True Story of the Jenkins Orphanage Band. Love this one. The second one on the list is Born and Bred in the Great Depression. This is a great historical book. It also is based on a true story. So inside the front cover right away, you see these books, these photos, these black and white photos of the author's family. So that's kind of neat. It's told from the perspective of the grandfather who told the stories to the author. But, you know, this one again is one that I would say from the age of 7 on up would be appropriate. Yeah.
Can I wash my hands in the bathroom?
Yeah, you can wash your hands. The next book is in President's Day is coming up, so this is a great one. It's called Worst of Friends, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and the true story of an American feud, especially with an election beginning to rev up, and the candidates and how polarizing our country and the issues of politics are. This is a gem because, of course, Adams and Jefferson did have a rift, but they started as friends. They didn't see eye to eye politically, but they ended as beautiful friends. And the ups and downs of friendship, but I think also appropriate in terms of our country and, you know, how each person merits respect. Each person has dignity. And in a time where sometimes we forget that and the vitriol is so ugly, I think this is an important lesson to teach our children. Okay, 2 more quickly. If you've seen our videos, again, you know I love invention videos, the spirit of enterprise and industry and all that our human spirit can cultivate and build when we put our mind to it. And so this is another one of those. It's a silly one. We laughed, but we loved it too. Chester Greenwood, he was known as the inventor of the earmuffs, and even today in December, every year there's a Chester Greenwood Day, and they celebrate, and it wasn't just earmuffs. You know, he invented a lot of other things, even like the rake. You know, when you have a rake, and one piece of the fork, I don't know what it's called, you know, the little tentacles of the rake, if it breaks, it was replaceable. So you could just put another one in so it wouldn't be ruined or you wouldn't have to replace it. So anyway, this one is, again, in kind of cartoon style. Here we go. The tooth, that's what it's called, the tooth for the rake. He invented an umbrella bag, a portable house, and I mean, they even have the quisp on the shelves. And, you know, so anybody from that era would totally, you know, just enjoy looking at the illustrations. So this one is a fun one too for all ages. It is called Earmuffs for Everyone, How Chester Greenwood Became Known as the Inventor of Earmuffs by Meghan McCarthy. So those are our latest books that we've been enjoying from the library. If you've got any suggestions for books that you'd like us to review or read, I would love to hear it. Thank you, as always, for watching the book haul, and we'll be back soon. Thanks. Have a great weekend.